Hey guys, and welcome to... It's not going to be the final recap, but it will be the final recap of my games, so to say, because I am now officially out of the tournament. First off, today was Hera against Yo. Hera had a very convincing 5-0 clap there, so Hera's looking really impressive. I don't think Yo has had that type of result in a long time, so Hera's going to be a dangerous opponent tomorrow in the final. I faced Leary in the other semi-final. In the end, I lost 5-3.
Next time, buddy.
Will you qualify next time?
You're 7 years younger than me. Welcome.
Does that make you feel good?
No, but it makes you feel bad.
Okay, fair
In
enough.
7 years, this is him with more hair.
Probably true. Okay, where were we? So this time I was quite happy with my draft in general. There's some few things that I have learned through this tournament where I'm probably gonna go away from in the future. We had game one, which was outcrop. I went for a suggestion I had earlier in the day from, I think it was Tato or ACCM, I don't remember exactly. Or maybe it was Jordan even. Incas with a really fast barracks, do a 2 militia rush. I think it worked out quite well. I was able to kill a villager and force a lot of idle time, and I defended his fuel age pressure well as well. But in my transition to Castle Age, I probably did the wrong decision trying to go counterattack. If I stayed home and defended, I probably would have been in a probably better position. So that was a bit of a misstep for me, so I kind of just fell a bit too far behind. Game 2 was African reed beds. I picked Dravidians there. I still think they're a pretty decent save on that map, but I think I misplayed it completely. I think the opening was okay, but I kind of really misjudged my economy as the game went on, and then they were just put on a lot of pressure with scouts and skirms. And in the end, I was just not able to deal with that. So those two first games were like, I felt like my civs in opening were fine, but I was kind of disappointed in my execution there. So that is still right now a little bit frustrating, but you know. Game 3 was Golden Lakes. It's something we trained a little bit throughout the weeks before with Malay, where you just kind of secure your own pond and just go full fish boom. So it's quite greedy, but you try to full wall and just buy time and get to Imperial Age with an amazing fishing economy. I was able to do that, although it was a lot of pressure from Leary playing Italians with like a fast Imperial Age, crossbow mangonel, bomber cannon pressure. But I think just because I had so much economy, I was able to weather the storm and come out of that one ahead. Then we had game 4, which was Rocket Forest, which was his home map. I haven't played it this very much this tournament. I don't think I played it at all this tournament. I was playing as Franks, he was playing as Gujaras. That was a super close game. I feel like I got out of Castle Age, pretty decent situation. Early Castle Age, I got a lot of villager kills. Then he cleaned up my whole army and it was really messy from there because he was raiding non-stop. And I'm not 100% sure how the economies were throughout, but went into Imperial Age and I got some clutch raids in where he didn't react in time, so I was able to kill a lot of villagers with Cavaliers. Even though he had, on paper, maybe a Gujaras counter civ, I think I did a pretty good job there. Game 5 was Kawasan, Byzantines against Aztecs. I think it was over from the start. He lamed my boar. I didn't even notice my boar was lamed until it was too late. So my build was completely messed up. I wasn't able to go feudal age, kind of had to adapt, try to go cataphracts and monks. It didn't work, and he just goes Imperial Age, takes the middle, and yeah, it was just over. Game 6 was dry graveyards. I played as Hindustanis against Chinese. I was hoping he would use Huns there and Chinese on Arabia, but he went for Chinese here. That was a very smooth game for my part. I just went scouts into skirms, and I found his army at the right time and kind of just steamrolled a win after cleaning up his whole army. So that was one of the games I was super satisfied with from an execution point as well. After that it was 3-3 and we went into Fortified Clearing, which was one of my home maps. However, I have now learned a lesson in over a couple of weeks now that Bengalis probably aren't the best, or like, I knew they obviously not the best, but I was having more faith in them than I probably should. I've lost a fair few games with Bengalis now on these types of arena maps, and I think this might be, unless things change, the last time you see me use Bengalis heavily on those types of clown maps. Later played Burgundians, just kind of took control, got the relics, kind of even-ish throughout early Imperial Age, but then in the end he can just click the button and there's no answers for Bengalis. And then we had the last game, Arabia. I had mines, he had Huns. I wasn't too happy with the spawn of the map because the map was very open for Arabia, which is a bit more tricky than to play mines, but in the end I still think I got myself out in a favorable position in early mid-Castle Age. And then I took a really bad fight. I kind of moved out on the map and I wasn't paying attention initially. His army came and found my army in the middle. I had 4 monks trying to convert. I didn't get a single conversion and I was fighting uphill against knights. I couldn't really escape either because the knights are faster, and from there, it was super close, a lot of pressure from him. I still was able to get to Imperial Age and kind of get to the composition I wanted. But in Imperial Age as well, I think I did some misplays with the fights I took. I could have been more patient and not forced the issue so much, because I didn't know, but when I checked the replay at the end, he was completely out of gold. Hindsight is always 20/20, but yeah. I would say the Incas, the Dravidians, and the Mayans game were the most disappointing for me, where I feel like just small tweaks to my approach and I should have been easily in a better position. So that is quite frustrating, but still in the end, with everything I've gone through this week, I still think that top 4 is more than I could ever hope for, because the fact that I even was able to beat Winchester in the round of 8 was a surprise to me with how I was feeling. So yeah, in the end, I still am super pleased with the results. But of course, the competitive nature in me is still a bit frustrated about today's games. Right now, I'm sitting at I think it's Experion in Berlin, where the meet and greet is taking place. There's been so many people there. I was sitting on a table as well, signing autographs and whatnot, taking photos. It was a big line, as it always is, and it's always nice to see so many people come here from all abroad, like everywhere as well, everywhere in this world, really. And it just, again, goes to show every single time this community is just special, and I'm enjoying these moments and these LAN events when you can have meet and greets so much, just like in Heidelberg, previous NACs, ECL, and so forth. These are just the best moments in Age of Empires. People will be here as well at the watch party tomorrow, watching the final. We have a show match to play tomorrow as well, so you should definitely tune in. We're gonna play 4 players in each team, but it's a 1v1, and each player plays through 1 age only. It's Nili versus T90. If Nili drafts me and says, Viper, you're playing Dark Age, I will play Dark Age, and then as soon as feudal age is reached, the next person will take over, and so forth. So that should be a really fun show match for tomorrow. Of course, Herald the grand finale as well. You definitely tune into that. Probably the 2 best performing players at this tournament, so they definitely deserve to be in the final, and it should be a banger. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For those who are still asking about my health, it's slowly getting better. This is still the best I've felt over the last couple of days, so I think I was able to play pretty well, all things considered, and like I said, I'm still super pleased with the result. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.